For the past 5 days, I've been experimenting with one of the world's best mouse and keyboard player settings. His name is lyr1c.
Let's go, lyr1c! Let's fucking go, lyr1c! You're a god, lyr1c! You're a fucking god! Are you the best player or what, dog?
Who is the hardest person you face in Apex?
I would say would probably be lyr1c. He's a player for United. He has a really nasty, like, flashy playstyle, which is really hard to hit.
An extremely talented player known for his movement in Apex Legends. I'm a PC controller player, so at the start of this test I wasn't sure how copying an MNK setting would turn out, but honestly, I'm never switching back to my settings before. So now you're probably wondering, what exactly does lyr1c use that is so different from a large majority of other Apex players? And the answer to that question is stretch resolution. I've been using his stretch res for only 5 days and it has made me improve my gameplay drastically. And keep in mind, this is for both keyboard and mouse players as well as PC controller players like myself. What is stretch res? Stretch res is using a smaller, non-native aspect ratio and then full screening it so you have a wider field of view. The benefits of this stretch res and why it's so insanely good is because opponents appear wider, meaning thick, easy to hit hitboxes. And on top of that, you'll have a slightly higher FPS and a lower input lag. It's worth knowing that top competitors have been using stretch res since CSGO, and it is not a bannable offense. Let's roll a little montage of my progress over the past 5 days, and then I'll show you exactly how to enable and play on lyr1c stretch res settings. Give you. Fuck you.
I'm missing everything. Holy shit.
G fucking G. We win those. As you can see, stretch resolution is fucking sick. Them thick hitboxes are so nice, and it looks like I'm running way faster than I actually am, which is a cool bonus. For the first 2 days, I used lyr1c's resolution exactly. And to do this, go to your settings, then video, and make sure your display mode is obviously full screen. Aspect ratio needs to be 16:10 and your resolution is 1680x1050. This is such a good resolution, but if you want to make it a little better, listen up to this part. So, for the first 2 days, I noticed it seemed like lyr1c's resolution was a little blurry. So on the last 3 days of my settings experiment, I tweaked it a tiny bit to make this stretch res look even better. And it keeps the same amount of stretch resolution, same juicy thick hitboxes, but with more clarity and less visual blur. The resolution that I'm talking about is what I'm always going to be using now. It's so perfect. To make this stretch even better, it will only take about 10 minutes, and I'd like to thank Obey Complies as he made a solid video about it. So instead of remaking the same video on how to do it, I'm linking his in the description. So if you want the even better stretch resolution that I'm using currently and I used at the last 3 days of this experiment, check his video out. If you don't mind about the visual blur, then keep to the first settings I used on the first 2 days, which was 16:10 aspect ratio, and your resolution needs to be 1680x1050. Both stretch resolutions that I've talked about are game changing. Hope you liked this video. Let me know if you can do this on console. And tell me what players you want me to look into next and see if they have any strange settings that is OP so we can test it out. Alright, peace.